A warm welcome, dear friends, to day 7 and the final day of the world's biggest artist alliance on YouTube so far, of 47 artists over 7 days, for the very moving Pourembrance Collaboration event hosted by the amazing Nathan Lindsell from the Fine Art of Distraction.
It's hard to imagine that over time, millions upon millions of army personnel worldwide have strapped their boots and put their uniforms on to fight for their country. It's estimated that over 150 million Defence Force personnel lost their lives fighting for their country. I've gathered artists from all around the world and put together an army, a FluidArt army at that, and have come together to help honour and pay respect to all fallen and injured soldiers, and to send positive energy and cheer on our still serving personnel and pray for their safe arrival home. So come with us for a full week of art as we create our own version of a camouflage painting. This is Pourembrance Day, an artist collaboration.
I'm super excited to present to you my creative contribution to Pourembrance entitled Lest We Forget, of a beautiful poppy meadow using resin casting, glass beads, gold leaf, this little piggy pigments and texture paste along with its spray painted backdrop. This artwork is inspired by the colours from the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards service uniform, the leek emblem and the British flag colours.
Sir, yes, sir!
Here you see Colonel of the Welsh Guards, Prince William, in a ceremonial dress taken over from his father, King Charles, who was formerly Prince of Wales. I use palette knife texture art, and this is inspired by the wonderful Sarah MacDonald art. Please check her out on Instagram. Good day everybody and welcome to the Pourembrance Collaboration. This is Taslima from Taslima Maya Art, and I'm going to be doing a very beautiful mixed media piece using texture paste and poured resin. I'm going to be working on this hexagonal canvas, which is 280 grams cotton, and I'm also going to be using this wonderful silicone mould that I purchased off Temu very recently. I've not used it yet, so it's the beautiful poppy indentations, and I'm going to be using this as part of my pour today. So let's get started. So before we start, I just want to do a quick unboxing. I purchased these wonderful spray paints a while back, and I've not been able to even look at them really, and these were bought from a company called Graph City, and they come in a number of different colours, I think in 12 colours in total. They're the beautiful gold Montana spray paints, and they're amazing. I can't wait to use them. I've seen them being used by other artists. I've never tried before, so this is a new thing for me, and we've got all these beautiful colours, so I'll be using this for the background of my painting. So my lovely viewers, here I am outside with plenty of ventilation, attempting to make a beautiful background of a meadow using these colours that I've got, and it's the first time I've ever tried to attempt something like this, so I was kind of doing a lot of guesswork and just seeing how it goes, and I laid up the colours in stages, and this was super fun. It was a little nerve-wracking too, because I wasn't sure if it was going to work out, but I was really pleasantly surprised with the outcome for my first ever go at this, and I think I will definitely try this again in future. So the concept I had for this was to have this spray painted backdrop of a meadow upon which I will place my resin poppies and some structure paste as well, or texture paste poppies as well, which was smaller in the background. So the idea is the larger pieces of resin reflect the people that we love and we miss or have lost in service and miss dearly.
Sir, yes, sir!
Hi again, so I'm just going to show you my dried results of my canvas spraying with my spray paint, and it's looking really beautiful as a background. You can see the slight bursts of red there popped on there as well, and I'm going to put that aside as it's dry. And what I'm going to show you is the items I've got here. So I've got a few paintbrushes because I'm going to be doing some beautiful poppies out of this mould. I'm going to be using epoxy resin for the very first time. That's 1 part to 1 part ratio. And also the things I'm going to be using are a lot of this little piggy pigments to mix in with my epoxy resin. We've got TLP Emerald, Ecovera, and beautiful Grenache, and Maraschino for the poppies petals, and some Harvest Gold, possibly to mix in the centre there with some gold leaf. And also I've got Colour Arts Isadora, so I might pop a little bit of that in. I'm not yet decided, and a little bit of grey and black resin inks, which I've also never used before, and they were from Temu. And obviously the pigments are from this little piggy. I've got a lot of little silicone cups, paper cups, some pipettes to make it easier to fill in some of these stems here, and some brushes to brush on these pigments. So I'm going to start with, oh, before I forget as well, I've got these really beautiful pixie beads. So I couldn't find any black ones, so I'm going to be using this navy blue pixie beads to put into the center of the poppies as well. Hoping that looks nice. That's what they look like. I've also got some cleanup materials, some cotton buds, some gloves, a respirator, which you always need when using pigments, so especially if you're brushing them on or using epoxy resin or any kind of resin. I've got a torch, which I may or may not use, but also some alcohol spray, isopropyl alcohol, to get rid of bubbles, and a couple of silicone brushes as well to help get the epoxy resin into the corners. So we've got everything I need, and I'm just going to put this on sped up now to get it all done, and you'll see me start the process now. Oh, by the way, some super exciting news. I've been sponsored by resiners.com, and they've sent me this wonderful product for me to try out to remove bubbles from my resin. So I'll be doing a full product review very shortly on my channel. And now you can see I finished dusting my mould with the pigment powder, and I've used two-tone pigment powders, and even for the leaves, and those are TLPs, and it's looking perfect. So I start mixing up my resin, and it's 1 part to 1 part with a hardener, and I stir that for 8 minutes in my silicone cup with my silicone stir sticks from Temu, and then I pop it into a cup in my airless bubble machine from Resiners, and you can see the vacuum pushing all the bubbles to the top where they naturally pop and disappear. I then release the pressure valve, and it's so easy to use. So as you can see from this video, the Resiners airless bubble machine worked an absolute treat and removed all the bubbles from my mixed up resin. They went right to the top, frothed up, and then they burst, and as you can see there's literally nothing in there. And there's 1 or 2 tiny bubbles on the sides, which I got rid of with isopropyl alcohol. I'm just adding my mixed up resin to my gold leaf and my little glass beads, and I'm mixing that up. I'm going to pop that into the center of my poppies in my silicone mold, and I tap that in to make sure it's taking, and I add the blue or navy blue glass beads around this to try and replicate the look of poppies. And then I mix up the rest of my resin with maraschino TLP and add that on top to form my petals. Many of you will already know that I'm an artist based in Wales, and I've lived here most of my life, so my poppy artwork is actually inspired by the ceremonial uniform of the Welsh Guards. This foot guard regiment was formed in 1915. As well as guarding the monarch and carrying out ceremonial duties, it has served on active deployments with the British Army for over a century. The Guards have a dual role as light role infantry, leading from the front as a mobile and flexible attack force and deploying on operations around the world, as well as ceremonial soldiers guarding the royal family and royal palaces such as Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London, and conducting state ceremonial duties. Their red tunics and bearskins are recognisable all over the world. So the beautiful red tunics, the white trim, the navy trousers, the gold or yellow cuffs, blue or green sashes, their black bearskin headdresses, and the gold and red waist sashes all inspired my artwork of a field of poppies.
Sir, yes, sir!
Okay guys, so now it's time to demold this poppies that I've done. So I can't wait to do that. It's been about 17 hours, so not really that much. I'm going to start with this little one down here and hope that it's actually dry. Oh, look at that. What do you think of that? Oh, not as glazed as I thought it would be, but that's fine. That looks lovely. I might need to tidy up the back of it, and let's do the others. And there's this one, and you can see the two-tone colours. Can you see that? So we've got this piece, and we've got this little beautiful bud, and I can't wait to do this one. Oh, it's definitely dry. I was worried that it was not dry, but this is what it looks like. Look at that. Wonderful. Perfect. We've got you, and let's do this piece here. This is so much fun, isn't it, to see what we've created. Wow, look at that! Oh my god, I'm so excited! Look at that, and it actually worked, the little gold leaf there, and the little small pixie beads. How perfect is that? I'm so pleased. That is so cool. And you've still got the two-tone colours as well. It's perfect. And glazed, that would look amazing. And then we've got this one. Oh my god, I hope it's dry. I think it might be. Please be dry. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys. I'm so super excited. It's the first time I've used epoxy resin in my life, and it's not turned out bad at all, has it? Look at that. Can you see? I'm super excited. Those pixie beads are just beautiful. Wow. Oh my god, I'm so happy. And my beautiful middle flower. Please be dry. Ooh, look at this. You can see the gold leaf mixed in. Probably could have been a bit more on there. I could just add some on top with a bit of epoxy resin and put some in the middle here. And let that dry, but isn't that lovely? They're quite thick, aren't they? Almost a centimetre thick. And same with these, if you look at the side profile. And then the next one. That is such a beautiful mould, honestly. I'm really pleased I bought that from Temu. It's gorgeous, and the leaves are gorgeous, and I cannot wait to use it. So now I'm going to have to decide what arrangement to put these in, and I can't wait to do this. So let's just move them all out of the way so we can pop this down. Another interesting fact is that the Welsh Guards' regimental crest is the Welsh leek, surmounted by a crown. The regiment's cap badge is a leek too. So in short, the Welsh Guards are Welshmen, warriors, infantrymen and guardsmen. You may have heard their nickname, the Foreign Legion, since World War II, and their motto is Cymru am Baith, which means Wales forever. They have a march which is quick rising of the lark, slow men of Harlech, and the anniversary is the 1st of March, which is St David's Day in Wales. Another interesting fact was that the iconic bearskins were originally designed this way to make the Queen's Guards look bigger, thus more intimidating in battle. As the name suggests, all are actually made out of the fur from black bears. The Welsh Guards are not just ceremonial guards. They are highly trained infantry troops, often with previous combat experience, deploying all over the world to such places in the past as Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Kosovo, and more recently in Afghanistan and Iraq. So now what you see me doing is actually outlining my background for this artwork, and using a white pencil to do that. I'm going to use these beautiful nail art brushes from Temu to actually paint in some of the background with the leaves and the stems of the flowers in the background. And then I'm going to use texture paste to cover these and add a bit more depth. I'm super duper excited to try this for the first time, and was inspired by Sarah McDonald's work to do this.
Sir, yes, sir!
Okay, so this is the next stage now. I've drawn some of the stalks on using acrylic pens, but I'm going to be doing texture paste now. So what I have is this wonderful product I've never used before, first time for everything, and it's called Pebeo modelling paste. Okay, and I might mix it in. If it's too thin, I might mix it in with some all-purpose filler. And I'll put the links into my description box below for where you can get those products. And I've got a gloss tile here where I'm going to mix my products. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. And I'm going to mix my paints in with this modelling paste using a number of different palette knives. So let's try that. I'm going to do the flowers first. I'm going to go with some really bright red colours. I've got Pyrrole Red from Amsterdam here, so let's pop that on. And I'm not going to do any more talking because I'm conscious of the fact that we don't have time for this video. And the second colour I'm putting down is a darker red, which is Naphthol Carmine from Pebeo. I'm going to put a little bit of black in as well, and that is Mars Black from Pebeo. There we go. And let's add some texture paste or modelling paste, similar to moulding paste, I understand. So I'm going to pop that onto here. I'm going to pop a fair bit of it. There we go. Let's see how we get on with that to begin with. Pop that down, and I'm going to get my palette knife here, and I'm going to split this into sections. There. So I probably should have put them a bit further apart, but there we go. I'm going to mix this in. Got this out. I'm going to get another little palette knife and just, it's very thick as you can see, Okay, so I can put that down if I wanted to, but I don't think I will actually. I think I'm going to use my super thick gel gloss medium. So this is the gel gloss, it's from Golden, it's extra heavy gel gloss. I'm going to pop that some into here as well. Okay, so what I've done is I put a little bit of maraschino into my red and I mixed it up. This is the second time I've added it. I'm going to do the same with Grenache. And this was a lovely experiment for me because I've not seen anyone mix in the TLPs or the pigments in with texture paste to create this effect. Right, my friends, I'm going to do the last part now. I'm going to add the leaves now, okay? So I'm going to scrape up some of my colours. You can see I'm going to put a leaf down here. So hi everyone, here it is arranged and I'm going to be using this beautiful diamond glaze to glue down each of my pieces. So we're going to start with this piece here. I'm going to glue it on here and place it on there, okay? So my dear viewers, we're coming to the end of my contribution to the Pourembrance collaboration. I want to say a massive big thank you to Nathan Lindsell from the Fine Art of Distraction for including me in this. And here is the big reveal of the end outcome. I really hope you love it as much as I do. This artwork is for sale, so please do email me at taslimamaya.art@gmail.com if you would like it. And look how spectacular this one looks. It's so beautiful, and I hope it does justice to all of the servicemen and women across the world in any army who are fighting for the greater good for humanity. My Poppy Meadow artwork is dedicated to the remembrance of all those who have lost their lives protecting the lives, liberties and rights of the innocent civilians across the world in every nation. These poppies symbolise remembrance and a hope for a peaceful future. Thank you for joining me on my artistic and creative journey. I do hope you enjoy it. Please do like, share and subscribe if you did. And up next will be Pigments from Hugh, so do join me in the live chat.